Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Gardening Cold Spring Harbor. I'm in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. It's raining cats and dogs outside today, so not much gardening that I can do outdoors. I thought I'd use this opportunity to talk to you guys about a nemesis in our home gardens. Unfortunately, many people have to deal with this nemesis, especially when they're growing plants inside, indoors, in containers. And that nemesis that I'm referring to is called a fungus gnat. If you have ever seen tiny, black colored flying insects harboring anywhere near your plant, around the container, especially on top of the potting media, then those annoying, tiny, almost microscopic size flying insects are called fungus gnats. And in today's video, I'm going to give you easy step-by-step instructions how you can prevent fungus gnats from ever entering your home. And if they already have entered your home and infestated your houseplants, how you can get rid of them once and for all with easy, proven, organic gardening methods. So for those of you looking for that online gardening channel that offers tips, tricks, easy yet proven gardening advice to take your home gardens to that next level, don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around with me today. Start with going below this video and clicking the subscribe button. If you are enjoying the content of my garden videos and want YouTube to notify you every time I'll upload a new garden video, don't forget to click the bell icon as well. YouTube will send you notification every time I'll upload a video. Now let's get gardening. Have you seen small flying dark colored insects around your home? Maybe they're harboring around the lights. Maybe they're harboring around your windows, around illuminated light devices. Or maybe they're harboring around your houseplants. These tiny flying insects that are less than 1/8 of an inch in sizing are called fungus gnats. Fungus gnats are relatively easy to distinguish because most of the time you can find them crawling or flying around your house plants, specifically around the potting media of your container. Sometimes we find them alive and sometimes we find them dead all over the floors of our home and our green room. You can find fungus gnats flying around the rooms of your home. You can find them harboring near bright lights or windowsills. But mainly you will find fungus gnats harboring and nesting around your houseplants, more specifically within the potting soil medium. Why? Because fungus gnats are heavily attracted to moist, damp soil conditions. Fungus gnats, female fungus gnats, lay up to 200 eggs per one birthing cycle. So it's very easy to see how a small problem can become a huge fungus gnat infestation within days, if not hours. So before we get into the prevention and treatment methods, we need to understand fungus gnats' life cycle. Female fungus gnats, as I just said, lay up to 200 eggs within one birthing cycle. Where do they lay these eggs? On the soil surface of your plant. They bury within the soil, lay their eggs, and leave. Once the adult female fungus gnat lays her eggs, she's only going to be alive for no more than 1 week, after which she passes away. Those eggs will turn into larvae, pups, and then into more female fungus gnats. And that whole life cycle happens so quickly. They become female adults within roughly 4 to 5 weeks after they hatch from eggs. The adult fungus gnats are no more than 1/8 of an inch in sizing. Now, once they lay their eggs, which can be around 200 eggs at one time, within 2 to 3 days after those eggs hatch, larva appears. Larva is the ones that do the most damage to our plant. Larvae are slender, have light colored bodies. They resemble almost like a worm, yet the tips of their heads are dark colored. So how do these larvae cause so much damage? Well, they live in the soil and they feed on fungus or fungi in our soil matter. Now, once they're feeding on that fungi in the soil matter, they're also destroying the composition of the soil as well as destroying that plant root system, that intact plant root system. So unless we tackle the entire metamorphosis, the entire life cycle of fungus gnats, it would get very, very difficult to get rid of them altogether. So it's very important that we tackle both the babies or the larvae as well as the female adult fungus gnats, because we do not want them to lay any more eggs on the soil surface of our house plants. Here is my amaryllis plant, and you could see fungus gnats crawling and flying all over the plant as well as the soil medium. Sometimes, in fact, most of the time, prevention is much better and much easier than treatment. So let's get into all of the prevention methods. Prevention tip number 1 when it comes to fungus gnats is always allow your soil to dry out between waterings. Hence, never overwater your soil. Wet soil is a magnet when it comes to fungus gnats. Fungus gnats love and thrive in moist or overwatered soil. Always make sure that the top 2 inches of your soil are fully dry prior to rewatering your plant's soil once again. Tip number 2 is whenever you're planting, whether it's a flower bulb, whether it's a house plant, whether you're trying to plant a terrarium of some sort, always make sure that you use organic, high quality potting mixed soil. Make sure you never use an outdoor purposed garden soil. By using high quality potting mix that's specifically formulated and meant to be used indoors, you are giving less opportunities for those fungus gnats to come in and to reproduce. So high quality potting mix is tip number 2. What is that tip number 3? Prevention tip number 3 for fungus gnats is when choosing a pot or a container, always make sure that the pot or container which you choose will have plenty of excellent drainage on the bottom, plenty of those drainage holes. Say you like a certain container and it doesn't have drainage hole, maybe it has just one drainage hole. There are plenty of ways how you can drill your own drainage holes at the bottom of your container. Now, don't forget to use some sort of a saucer or a plate to place your container on, because when that moisture, when that water will drain out of the drainage holes, we do not want to make a mess or ruin our furniture. If you have excess water running onto the pan or the saucer or the plate after you water your plant, make sure to always spill out the water, the excess water, into the sink. We don't want to give any reasons for fungus gnats to come and harbor. Any additional moisture, any excess moisture will invite fungus gnats right over to your home. Prevention tip number 5, guys, and we're moving along quite fast today. That prevention tip number 5 is choosing good quality plants. Don't feel silly, don't feel embarrassed taking a closer look at the plant in a garden center or in a supermarket or in a nursery. There's nothing wrong with taking a second or third look to inspect the foliage of the plant that you're thinking of purchasing, to inspect the soil. Sometimes it's very, very easy to see insects harboring on the foliage, the stems, and the soil surface. Don't just look for those adult fungus gnats. When you look at the soil surface of the plant, it's very easy to see the larvae as well. Remember what they look like. They look like slender, light-colored worms with a dark head. So the tip of the head on the larvae is actually dark colored. Now, garden centers and plant nurseries, 99% of the time use high quality soil when planting or repotting their plants. That is not the case with supermarkets, grocery stores, as well as big box stores such as Lowe's or Home Depot. So when shopping at a supermarket, a grocery store, or big box stores, it's even more crucial that you spend an extra minute or 2 or 3 and take a very close look at the plant which you're considering purchasing. Don't forget that whatever you'll purchase, you'll bring into your home, and you will introduce that plant to your other home plants. And when there is an infestation of a pest or an insect, it will spread like wildfire in your home. And that is exactly what we want to avoid. One more thing when it comes to grocery stores and big box stores, especially when you're looking to purchase amaryllis bulbs or amaryllis plant. 99% of the time, if you're purchasing your amaryllis bulb at a grocery store or a big box store such as Home Depot or Lowe's, you're going to see amaryllis bulbs sold with coco coir potting mix. Coco coir is a good potting medium, but not when it comes to amaryllis, guys. In fact, coco coir retains too much excessive moisture. So if you were to purchase an amaryllis bulb in coco coir potting medium and you were to bring it home, guess what, guys? The more you're going to water that coco coir, the more moisture you're going to have in your home, and the higher the chance that those fungus gnats will come on over for a long time to stay and infest the rest of your houseplants. Prevention tip number 6 is you can always add about an inch and a half of either gardening gravel or pebbles, or even gardening sand to the top soil surface. Why would you want to do that? Gravel or pebbles or even sand will become a barrier. They will make it much harder for the fungus gnats to weasel in, to make their way through and harbor and reproduce within that soil. Remember, they only have to go about an inch or 2 below the soil surface, and if they get their way, they will harbor in there and they will start reproducing. So by giving that barrier to the top 2 inches of the soil, you are making it much harder for fungus gnats to get through and to start reproducing. That prevention tip number 7 when it comes to fungus gnats. That tip is try to water your plants from below. Why? Because your plant's root system is still going to absorb all of the moisture. It's still going to get that moisture that it needs. And by watering from below, you're helping keep the top 2 to 3 inches of the soil dry. Again, why? Because we don't want those fungus gnats to sense that moisture and to come on over and attack, infestate our plant. What is that prevention tip number 8? That prevention tip is you can get a plastic water bottle, such as a Nestle water bottle, Poland Spring water bottle, the ones that they sell in every single grocery store. You fill that bottle about third way with regular white cooking distilled vinegar. What is the next step? The next step is to cut off the top portion of the bottle and place that bottle that's filled third way with vinegar in an area or in a room where you have house plants growing. Why, you might be wondering? Because that vinegar that you just poured inside that plastic bottle will act as a magnet. It will attract the fungus gnats, the adult fungus gnats, to come and fly into that vinegar. And guess what? That plastic bottle will also act as a trap. They'll come in, but they won't be able to come out. Hence, they will drown and die off in that vinegar solution. So now, in order to tackle fungus gnats, in order to get rid of them for once and for all, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we need to tackle the entire life cycle of a fungus gnat. So not just the eggs, not just the larvae, but also the adult female fungus gnats. So what is one way to tackle adult flying fungus gnats? That is to place a sticky trap or a sticky sheet within close vicinity of your house plant. I have one hanging right over here, and take a look at it, guys. You can see how many fungus gnats have actually been caught on this trap. Take a look for yourself. It actually looks pretty dang gross. Again, you can either place one right by the container, or you can have one hanging like I'm hanging over here. All of these black little dots that you're seeing are actually adult female fungus gnats. Now, let me show you how we can tackle, organically treat the baby fungus gnats, so the eggs or the larvae. We spoke about tackling and combating those annoying adult flying fungus gnats. Let's talk about how we can combat the babies as well. Remember, we need to get the entire metamorphosis, the entire cycle of the fungus gnats in order to get rid of them once and for all. So what can we use that's safe, organic, and proven to combat those eggs and the larvae that are harboring within the soil of our houseplants? That organic, safe, and proven ingredient is 3% hydrogen peroxide. Now, you guys might be wondering, how do we use it? Do we just pour it in? Do we pour it into the saucer? Do we dip the foliage of our plants in it? No, guys. Let me show you. You're going to need a glass cup or container of some sort, and we're going to mix hydrogen peroxide with tap water. The correct proportion of the mixture that we're going to make is 3 parts water, tap water, guys, nothing special, and 1 part hydrogen peroxide, like so. Once you have those 2 components, you want to mix it thoroughly. You can use your finger, as there's nothing dangerous about this mixture. It's safe and it's organic. You can use a spoon, a stick, anything, guys. Once your mixture is ready, guess what you do? You take your plant and you pour this mixture directly on the plant's soil surface, like so. Now, what does hydrogen peroxide do? Not only does it combat the fungus that's growing in our soil, hence the fungus gnats are harboring in it. Don't forget, guys, what do? What does the larvae do? Eats the fungus in the soil. So it's going to combat the fungus. It's going to kill off the eggs as well as the larvae, and it's going to oxidize your soil as well. And our soil needs as much of that oxygen, aeration, as it can get. Now, guys, I do have a video on my gardening channel, Gardening Cold Spring Harbor, where I talk in great detail about all the hydrogen peroxide uses in our home gardens, whether it's outside or indoor, inside. And for those of you who are interested in seeing that video as well, I will link it up above as it's still available on my garden channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Now, this is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on this gloomy, rainy day in Long Island, New York. In today's video, we spoke about prevention and treatment methods when it comes to fungus gnat infestation on our house plants. I gave you 8 easy yet proven prevention methods for fungus gnats on our house plants, as well as multiple easy proven organic treatment methods as well. For those of you who enjoyed the content of today's video, if you found today's video to be useful, helpful, informative in your own garden, show me that support, guys, by clicking thumbs up below. Leave your comments in the comments section as well. I love reading each and every one of your comments. I love communicating with you guys. Let me know how you had to deal with fungus gnats in your home. If so, what prevention and or treatment methods and approaches did you guys try? Were they successful for you in your home and home gardens? I personally read each and every one of your comments and respond to you. For those who haven't yet subscribed to my garden channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor, what are you waiting for, guys? Super easy for you to do, yet super pleasing and rewarding to me. I want you guys to watch my videos, that you find the content of my videos to be helpful, useful in your own home garden. Click the bell icon if you want YouTube to send you notifications when I upload new garden videos. Be healthy, happy, be well, guys, each and every single one of you. And happy upcoming winter holidays. I hope you guys will enjoy spending that sweet family time with the loved ones. Be well and happy gardening, guys, and I'll see you again in my new upcoming garden videos. Bye, guys.